Thanks for staying with us. Let's bring you some national updates now. The Prime Minister of India has said that he has accepted his responsibility on the issue of the CVC's appointment, a day after his government faced one of its biggest embarrassment yet, with the Supreme Court striking down P.J. Thomas's appointment, calling it illegal. The Apex Court also slammed the Prime Minister's panel which appointed Mr. Thomas, saying they had ignored the institutional integrity of the CVC's office. Dr. Singh said today he respected the court's judgment and that he would first speak about the matter in the Parliament.
Obviously, this is not a question which relates to the compulsions of the coalition. And as for the rest, I have already said that I respect the judgment of the Supreme Court. Obviously, I think the Supreme Court has pronounced, and as loyal citizens of the country, I think the highest court of the land having pronounced, I accept, I respect and I accept my responsibility. I think you are right. I should speak first to Parliament. I have not made up my mind, but I think the issue that you have raised are important issues, and it is necessary to ensure that such things don't happen in the future.
Well, NDTV spoke to P.J. Thomas's counsel, Mr. Matthews, about why Mr. Thomas has not resigned after the top court order and whether it is mandatory for him to step down.
We got a copy of the judgment yesterday late night from the net only. We are just going through the judgment and we can comment on it only by today evening only, because we are studying the judgment. You see that it is more than 70 pages judgment, and we have completed almost half of it. We can comment. We can comment it only after studying it in detail. We have to study the judgment in depth, in its totality, A to Z of the judgment. And after hearing a portion of the judgment, it is fatal to take a decision.
And here's what Union Law Minister Veerappa Moily had to say on the whole issue.
It's a nullity and illegal. So there is no question of it. He cannot continue.
So you have to select a new CVC now?
No, that is a process which the government has to do.
But there is no need for notification.
There is no need for any notification in this.
Pardon?
There is no
notification. At the most it has to be issued saying that it is vacant. That's all.
Now, the Congress Party's veteran leader Arjun Singh is no more. He was 81 years. The politician was the Union Minister of Human Resource Development in the Manmohan Singh cabinet from 2004 to 2009. From Madhya Pradesh, where he was the Chief Minister, to the centre, Arjun Singh had a long innings. He was a minister in the P.V. Narasimha Rao cabinet, but he resigned after the Babri Masjid demolition. A court in Delhi has allowed the CBI to close its criminal case against Italian businessman Ottavio Quattrocchi, who was believed to be one of the major players in the Bofors scam. An advocate, Ajay K. Agrawal, has been arguing and urging the court that the CBI must continue with its inquiry. The CBI said that after 25 years and 250 crore rupees, it had not been able to get Mr. Quattrocchi extradited to India, despite appeals in both Malaysia and Argentina. He left India in 1993 to avoid being arrested. In fact, in 1986, Howitzer landed a whopping $15 billion contract after the Swiss media began reporting a year later that the company had paid massive kickbacks to politicians as well as defense officials. Then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi assured the Parliament that that was not the case. However, the Bofors scandal cost him the general election way back in 1989. In some more national news, the Supreme Court today issued notices to L.K. Advani, Murli Manohar Joshi, Bal Thackeray, Uma Bharati, Ashok Singhal, Vinay Katyar and others on the CBI's plea to against the dropping of conspiracy charges in the Babri Masjid demolition case. The CBI had moved the Supreme Court, challenging an Allahabad High Court order that dropped charges against top BJP leaders including Advani and Mr. Joshi in the Babri case. In its appeal, the agency said that the High Court had not come to the right conclusion and the charges should be restored against them. The Allahabad High Court had on the 20th of May last year dismissed the CBI plea seeking revival of conspiracy charges against top BJP and Sangh Parivar leaders. A day after the Supreme Court cracked the whip, strongly criticizing the government for delay on action on black money hoarders, the IT tribunal has issued a showcase notice to Hassan Ali. The notice is in connection with penalty proceedings against him. Hassan Ali has to present himself now before the IT tribunal by the 17th of March. Ali has been fined with 70,000 crore rupees. In fact, yesterday, the Enforcement Directorate had interrogated Hassan Ali in Mumbai regarding cross-border transactions. Well, the government now has revoked the passport of former IPL boss Lalit Modi. Modi now has 30 days to appeal against the decision to the Appellate Authority. The Enforcement Directorate had asked the Mumbai Regional Passport Office to revoke Modi's passport in October last year after the IPL scandal broke, and Modi was removed then from his post. The former IPL commissioner is said to be in Europe. In fact, in October last year, the Enforcement Directorate had issued an international blue notice alert for detention of Mr. Modi for alleged serious contraventions of foreign exchange. Modi was accused of making investments in some IPL franchisees while he was its commissioner. He's also accused of making investments in certain front companies abroad. Well, moving to some updates from international quarters. In the latest from the situation in Libya, rebels in the eastern part of the nation have said that they will not negotiate unless Muammar Gaddafi quits. The National Libyan Council in Benghazi called for foreign help to stop government air raids against the rebels. The International Criminal Court, meanwhile, said it would investigate Colonel Gaddafi and some of his sons for crimes against humanity. The US President Barack Obama repeated his demand that the embattled ruler must resign. Meanwhile, US military aircrafts and French charter jets have joined efforts to get tens of thousands of people fleeing the Libyan nation. The United Nations called for stepped-up aid to refugees as well. Nearly 180,000 people have fled to the neighboring regions of Tunisia and Egypt as fighting intensified between the government troops and rebels. Meanwhile, the prestigious London School of Economics, the LSE, is caught in a controversy over links with the Gaddafi family. Sir Howard Davis resigned as the director of the institution after coming under intense criticism since the start of the Libyan crisis. The LSE has, in fact, accepted donations from a charitable foundation controlled by the Gaddafi regime. In 2009, the Gaddafi International Charity and Development Foundation, which is headed by Saif Gaddafi, gave LSE's Global Governance Research Unit a grant of £1.5 million. Well, back to news from the state. A dream for many today was reality for a 24-year-old visually challenged girl from Tamil Nadu. Tindivanam's whiz kid Sujita has cleared the prelims and the mains of the year's civil services examination and has inched closer in getting tagged with one of India's most prestigious posts, that's IAS. She will be sitting in for an interview next month.
I'm very happy that I've cleared my main examination. I hope that I will do well in the interview also. In this happy moment, I would like to thank my parents.
Well, at least through that she's seen her dream come true. Still ahead on headlines now, the Bangla Tigers enter the World Cup's book of records, but this one is not one to be proud of.